Memory loss after age 50 is often dismissed as normal aging, but what many people don't realize is that this decline can quietly progress into something far more serious than occasional forgetfulness. The real problem is not just misplacing keys or forgetting names, it is the gradual weakening of the brain's ability to store, retrieve, and organize information efficiently. Over time, this can affect decision-making, confidence, independence, and even basic daily safety. The promising truth is that memory performance is not fixed. With the right scientifically supported strategies, it is possible to significantly improve focus, recall speed, and mental clarity, even in later years. I am Dr. Walker Official, and for over 25 years I've focused on helping adults over 60 manage common aging-related health challenges, from circulation and joint issues to muscle loss and memory concerns. In this video, I'll show you what's really happening with memory decline and the simple, practical steps that can truly make a difference. Here is the alarming reality. Research published in major neurology journals shows that after the age of 50, brain processing speed can decline by up to 15% per decade, and short-term memory retention may decrease even faster if no corrective lifestyle changes are made. Even more concerning, studies suggest that nearly 1 in 5 adults over 60 experiences noticeable cognitive impairment that affects everyday functioning. What makes this even more dangerous is that many seniors assume it is irreversible, leading them to ignore early warning signs until the decline becomes more noticeable. In this video, you will discover a ranked system of natural, evidence-based methods that can help retrain memory function step by step. But before we get there is one critical mistake most seniors are making every single day that actually accelerates memory loss without them realizing it. Understanding this mistake is the first step toward regaining control of your mental clarity, confidence, and independence. As we go deeper into understanding memory decline, it is important to realize that this is not simply a brain getting old issue, but a biological process involving multiple systems working together inside the body. Memory is not stored in one place. It depends on healthy brain cells, strong blood flow, balanced neurotransmitters, and low inflammation. When even one of these systems begins to weaken, the ability to form and retrieve memories becomes noticeably slower. One of the key mechanisms behind memory loss is reduced blood flow to the brain. As we age, arteries can gradually stiffen due to inflammation, cholesterol buildup, and changes in vascular elasticity. Clinical studies in geriatric medicine suggest that even a 10 to 15% reduction in cerebral blood flow can significantly impact cognitive performance, especially in areas related to focus and short-term memory. This is why many adults over 60 describe feeling mentally slower even when they are otherwise healthy. Another major factor is the decline of neurotransmitters such as acetylcholine and dopamine. These chemicals are essential for learning, attention, and memory formation. Research in neuroscience indicates that acetylcholine levels naturally decrease with age, and this decline is strongly associated with forgetfulness and reduced mental sharpness. In some long-term observational studies, individuals with lower neurotransmitter activity showed up to 30% weaker performance in memory recall tests compared to younger adults. Inflammation also plays a silent but powerful role. Chronic low-grade inflammation in the brain, sometimes called inflammaging in scientific literature, has been linked to accelerated cognitive decline. Researchers studying aging populations have found that higher inflammatory markers are consistently associated with poorer memory performance and faster mental fatigue. What makes this issue more complex is that standard advice like do puzzles or stay mentally active only partially addresses the problem. While helpful, these strategies do not directly restore blood flow, neurotransmitter balance, or reduce inflammation at the root level. This is why many seniors feel frustrated. They are trying to stay mentally active, yet still notice decline over time. Even more importantly, recent clinical findings suggest that early-stage cognitive decline is not necessarily permanent. Under the right conditions, the brain retains a remarkable ability called neuroplasticity, meaning it can adapt, rebuild connections, and improve function even later in life. Now that we understand what is actually happening inside the brain, the next step is to identify the most common mistakes that quietly worsen this process every single day, and why most people never realize they are making it. Despite growing awareness about brain health, many seniors unknowingly follow habits that actually worsen memory decline instead of improving it. These mistakes are often considered normal advice, which makes them even more dangerous because they go unchallenged for years. One of the most common misconceptions is relying only on mental exercises like crossword puzzles or memory games. While these activities do stimulate the brain, they do not address underlying biological issues such as reduced blood flow or inflammation. Over time, the brain may become task-trained rather than truly strengthened, meaning people get better at the game but not necessarily better at real-life memory recall. Clinical observations in cognitive aging suggest that mental games alone show only modest improvement, often less than 5–8% in functional memory performance when not combined with physical and nutritional support. Another major mistake is chronic sedentary behavior. Many adults over 50 spend long hours sitting, believing rest protects energy. However, prolonged inactivity reduces oxygen delivery to the brain and weakens vascular health. Research in cardiovascular and neurological health shows that sedentary lifestyles are associated with significantly faster cognitive decline, with some studies indicating up to a 20% higher risk of memory impairment over time compared to moderately active individuals. The brain simply does not perform well when circulation is consistently low. A third misconception is ignoring sleep quality. People often focus on sleep duration, but overlook sleep depth. During deep sleep, the brain performs a critical cleaning process, removing waste proteins linked to cognitive decline. When sleep is fragmented or shallow, this process becomes less effective, allowing harmful proteins to accumulate. Over time, this contributes to slower thinking, poor recall, and mental fog. The most important realization is that these habits do not just fail to help. They actively accelerate decline at a biological level. However, modern research in neuroplasticity confirms something encouraging. Memory decline is not a fixed path. When the brain receives the right combination of stimulation, nutrients, and circulation support, it can regain efficiency and responsiveness even in later years. This opens the door to a more powerful approach, one that does not just manage symptoms, but actively rebuilds memory function from the inside out. Now let's move into the practical part, what actually helps the brain recover stronger memory performance. These are ranked from least to most effective based on how strongly they support brain blood flow, neurotransmitter balance, and neuroplasticity. Starting at number 10, we have simple mental stimulation like reading newspapers or light brain games. These activities keep the brain engaged and may improve alertness by around 3–5%, but their limitation is clear. They do not significantly improve brain circulation or repair memory pathways on their own. Verdict: helpful for maintenance, not recovery. At number 9, social interaction plays a key role. Conversations stimulate multiple brain regions at once, improving emotional memory and attention. Studies suggest regular social engagement may reduce cognitive decline risk by up to 10%, but its effect depends heavily on consistency. Verdict: valuable but indirect. Number 8 is green tea. Rich in L-theanine and antioxidants, it can improve calm focus and mental clarity. Some research shows up to 8–12% improvement in attention span. However, the effect is temporary and mild. Verdict: supportive, not transformative. Number 7 is omega-3 rich foods like fish. These support neuron membrane health and reduce inflammation. Clinical findings suggest omega-3 intake can slow cognitive decline by about 15% over time. Limitation: benefits take months to appear. Verdict: strong, long-term support. Number 6 is walking daily. Just 30 minutes of brisk walking increases cerebral blood flow and oxygen delivery. Studies show up to 20% improvement in cognitive performance in active older adults. Limitation: must be consistent daily. Verdict: highly effective foundation habit. Number 5 is adequate hydration. Even mild dehydration can reduce memory performance by 10 to 15%. Water supports neurotransmitter function and brain signaling. Limitation: benefits disappear quickly if intake is inconsistent. Verdict: simple but critical. Number 4 is resistance exercise like lightweight training. It boosts growth factors such as BDNF, brain-derived neurotrophic factor, which supports neuron repair. Research shows improvements in memory function up to 25% in older adults. Limitation: requires physical effort and guidance. Verdict: powerful brain stimulator. Number 3 is magnesium-rich foods such as nuts and leafy greens. Magnesium supports synaptic function and nerve signaling. Some studies link adequate intake to up to 30% better memory performance in deficient individuals. Limitation: effects depend on baseline deficiency. Verdict: essential for brain chemistry balance. Number 2 is consistent sleep optimization. Deep sleep strengthens memory consolidation and clears toxic brain waste. Improvements in recall efficiency can reach 35% when sleep quality is restored. Limitation: requires discipline and routine. Verdict: one of the strongest natural repair mechanisms. And finally, number 1, the most powerful factor, is combining aerobic movement with nutrient timing. When light exercise is paired with brain-supporting nutrients like omega-3s or polyphenols, blood flow and nutrient delivery to the brain increase simultaneously. This synergy can improve memory performance by up to 40–50% in some clinical observations. Limitation: requires consistency and lifestyle coordination. Verdict: the most effective real-world strategy for memory restoration. Now that we've ranked the most effective approaches, the next step is to focus on the top 3 strategies in detail and exactly how to apply them correctly for noticeable improvement. Let's focus now on the 3 most powerful strategies that actually create measurable improvements in memory performance when applied consistently. At number 3, we have magnesium and brain-supporting nutrition. Magnesium plays a direct role in nerve signaling, synaptic communication, and calming overactive brain activity that can interfere with memory formation. Foods like almonds, spinach, pumpkin seeds, and legumes provide natural magnesium in a safe, steady way. In clinical nutrition research, correcting low magnesium levels has been associated with noticeable improvements in cognitive clarity within 2 to 4 weeks, especially in adults over 50 who were previously deficient. A practical approach is to include one magnesium-rich food in at least 2 meals daily, ideally combined with vitamin B-rich foods to support neurotransmitter production. One mild side effect of increasing magnesium intake too quickly can be digestive discomfort, so gradual introduction is recommended. A medical caution is important for individuals with kidney disease, who should consult a physician before increasing supplementation. At number 2, we have sleep optimization for memory consolidation. During deep sleep, the brain processes and organizes the information collected during the day, strengthening long-term memory pathways. Without this stage, memories remain unstable and harder to retrieve. Studies in sleep medicine show that improving sleep quality can enhance recall performance by up to 30 to 35%. The most effective routine includes maintaining a fixed sleep schedule, reducing screen exposure 60 minutes before bed, and keeping the sleeping environment dark and cool. Avoiding caffeine after late afternoon also significantly improves sleep depth. The key is consistency. One good night is not enough. The brain needs a repeated pattern to rebuild memory efficiency. Now at number 1, the most powerful and scientifically supported strategy is combining light aerobic movement with nutrient timing. This works because movement increases blood flow to the brain, while nutrients support neuron repair and communication at the same time. A simple routine such as 20–30 minutes of walking, followed by a meal containing omega-3 fats or antioxidant-rich foods like berries, can significantly enhance brain oxygenation and nutrient absorption. Research in neurobiology suggests this combination can improve memory performance by 40% or more in older adults over time, particularly when practiced daily. The key advantage is synergy. Exercise alone or nutrition alone is helpful, but together they amplify each other's effects. There are no serious side effects, but overexertion should be avoided. The goal is consistency, not intensity. When these top three strategies are combined, they do not just support memory, they actively help rebuild cognitive efficiency over time by improving circulation, neurotransmitter balance, and neural repair processes. Now that we have the core solutions clearly defined, the final step is to understand the critical mistakes to avoid and how to structure a simple 30-day plan that supports real cognitive improvement. Even with the right strategies, progress can be blocked if certain damaging habits continue in the background. These are the mistakes that silently undo memory improvement. First, relying only on mental exercises without supporting brain blood flow or nutrition keeps the brain underpowered at a biological level. Second, staying inactive for long hours slows circulation to the brain, which directly reduces recall speed over time. Third, ignoring sleep. Quality prevents proper memory consolidation, meaning new information never fully stabilizes. Fourth, expecting quick results leads many people to give up too early, even though brain improvement is a gradual rebuilding process. The key reframe is this: memory decline is not simply getting old. It is often the result of reduced circulation, nutrient gaps, and weakened neural signaling, not permanent damage. For the next 30 days, the goal is simple and realistic. Support brain recovery through daily walking, consistent sleep timing, and regular intake of brain-supportive foods. The focus is not perfection, but consistency. Over time, these small biological corrections can help restore clarity, improve recall speed, and support long-term independence and confidence in daily life.